What's going on, Knuckleheads? GCam Gaming here with another LEGO Legacy Heroes Unboxed video for you. And today, I'm bringing you maybe the new meta, right? So, we looked at the costume team in our last video. And yeah, they did really well against the unnerfed Magistos Tower team. They definitely have what it takes. But are they really your best option, right? It was pretty much a three-man team, right? We saw a video where literally Hot Dog Man and Cactus Girl went down instantly. So is it worth it running the costume team, or should I try to run some sort of collectible hybrid team? So here we have a team. We have a couple battles of a team that Tibster sent me. She was really enjoying this team early on, right? Once she got everything maxed, this is one of the first teams she sent me, right? So it's bringing you the two new costume figures, Hiker and Fitness Instructor, and Dem Dummy. 2 tanks, 2 heals, lots and lots of buffs. And it works. Honestly, Corncob Man is such a strong attacker. He can be your solo attacker. I've seen other people, I don't have any footage of it, but I'm going to say you can probably switch in Chicken Suit Man or Chicken Suit Guy for either one of the healers or maybe just the tank. I like the idea of the duo tanks, especially the duo payback tanks. Here's the thing. You're going to want to taunt with Super Wrestler first, right? But say they have a buff cleanse, right? And it's not the Master Wu buff cleanse, which just Master Wu just uses teapots right out the gates for some reason with the AI. They have a buff cleanse. You might want to taunt first with your Dem Dummy, get that one cleared, and then taunt with your Super Wrestler. Dem Dummy is also awesome on a duo tank team because A, he's not that fast, and he heals when the other tank takes damage, as long as it's collectible or city tanked. The damage is clearly there with Corncob Guy. Super Wrestler is going to be putting out the stuns like he always does. Fitness Instructor is going to keep everybody buffed up and strong and healthy, while Hiker does the same with his almost 9k AoE heal. This is a team that I really, really like a lot. Like I said, you can go ahead and run Chicken Suit Guy in place of really any of the figures besides Corncob and Super Wrestler, and you'll probably still have some good success. But I think that this is probably your best bet in terms of collectibles. Yes, Yeti is out there and Yuppie is out there, and those are going to be good, strong teams. But I feel like Corncob and Wrestler are so strong, you don't really need any more offense at that point. You really just, I feel like the sustain, the healing, and the extra tanking is really what you need. Now, like I said, Chicken Suit Guy is really good as your 1B attacker. He's not as strong as he is on a full costume team, but he's definitely still going to be strong enough with these units. But I just something about that double tank, which really brings me back and makes it really much tougher to do on defense. Because when I was looking at the collectible, the full costume team, and talking to Tibster about it, she goes, yeah, that team was really strong on offense, and I was like beating these Magistos Tower teams, but they just were not getting it done on defense. I just, for some reason, was falling. Probably because 2 of the 3 figures are really weak. And, Chicken Suit Guys, they're kind of squishy too. So a smart player who just brings, I'm going to bring a buff clear, well, there you go. Now, when you're using this team with 2 tanks, anybody who's got just Wu as a buff clear, or Scarlet's not really used anymore, or just Burnibus, right? Now they still have to go after Dem Dummy. And then they have to deal with the fact that when Dem Dummy's done, because he is relatively tanky, he still has this strong AoE. He still gives himself hardy when he uses that. He's still a paybacking, taunting tank. And then he gets health back whenever you hit anybody else. You throw out an AoE, you're going to be healing him a lot. Dem Dummy just brings some punishment to this. Now, another thing we were talking about was, what about Highwayman and all those? Are they going to be able to be a viable arena team without these 2 new units? For me, the answer is, it depends on what you consider viable, really. right? I think you can make a very viable arena team with these collectible units, right? I could run Chicken Suit Guy for the Dizzy and Yeti as my main attacker, Dem Dummy, Hiker, and Fitness Instructor. And that might still be a good team. Or maybe throw Yuppie in there. Or if I need Highwayman for some big attack. I can still put out some really solid, free-to-play arena teams with collectibles, right? So I do think that they are viable in that matter. But if I'm talking about being the top of my arena shard, where it's nothing but right now Slimers, Egons, Willas, and all that jazz, or Gorwells and Jenses, no, you're not going to be able to compete with the top echelon of figures without these two new figures, because they just took the role of top two new figures in the game. Well, I give them 2 and 3. And in my next video, I want to talk about who I think the top 1 figure in the game is. And what I know, and Tibster knows, is going to be the new meta. Well, that's pretty much all I got for you today, Knuckleheads. Just remember to smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, ding that little bell for some notifications, and as always, remember to knuckle up.